Hello everybody, it's Aaron. Welcome to another episode of Feed the Beast. I know it's been a while. I was sick and then I got really busy with real life stuff. And it's Friday, so I figured what the hell, I'll do an episode. I did a live stream last Sunday and I didn't plan for it. It was kind of, impromptu. And I decided about 30 minutes before I did it. So I will put a link to that in the description. I have been working on the base, and I actually undid some of the things that I did during the live stream. But the basic layout of the base is, here's the main platform. There's the entrance. We can also fly out if we want. I'm still going to do the tower at some point. But I set up all my AE stuff here, and this isn't how it's going to go. It's not going to be like this forever. I just had to power it, and I threw my one ender chest on an import bus and the interface over here, and I am going to reconfigure this. So I just had to get it going so I could once again run quarries and stuff. But the basic layout of this is it kind of spirals downward. And I haven't finished all of the stairs all the way around. But this is kind of what we're looking at right now. All of the walls are going to be dark, and I don't know what I'm going to do about the platforms yet. But I've got my molecular assembler chamber here in the middle. And then I have 4 boilers. We're going to do 4 boilers for MJ. And we're going to use, we're going to do a couple for EU definitely. But we're going to use maybe at least one of them for MJ. Not really sure. But I've got some biofuel going still. And I initially had the tank set up on, there was a platform right there that took up a chunk. But I decided I wanted to have that middle of it open. So I just moved it over here. We're still making biofuel. Basically right now off saplings, potatoes, and the occasional carrots. The problem is I don't get enough potatoes and carrots. So I think what I'll do is, we're not going to do this episode, but I've got let's just do it this way. I've got the farm set up over here. And I have the quadrants set up so that, I have 3 of these. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to set up a different planter, probably on a higher level, so that all the trees go on the top level, and I'm going to put probably 3 quadrants of potatoes, 3 carrots, and then maybe 3 wheat. I'm not really sure. I'll work that out. But that harvester thing will actually, like the vertical range of it is pretty ridiculous. So the first thing I need to do today, I ran a quarry, and whatever change they made to the water, it takes a really long time for the water to dissipate. And so I haven't been putting water in my quarries. So as you know, quarries will not work through lava. But here's a nifty little trick. If you didn't know this, let's actually get a bucket of water. Probably we'll need more than one, but maybe we'll luck out. I don't know. We'll see. What I have right here is an angel block. And if you just right click it on the air, you can place it. And we'll put down some water, which will turn all that obsidian, or all that lava, if I didn't crash the server. Okay, there we go. It'll turn it to obsidian and cobblestone and stuff. Well, if you whack your quarry with a wrench, it'll actually restart. So it notices, hey, there's stuff here that I need to go mine. Oh, it took my angel block, you dirty bastard. It notices there's stuff it needs to go mine, so then it comes over and it does that. And I think it might have just grabbed my water block too. So we just made a cobblestone generator over here. Either way, that's a neat little trick if you weren't aware of that. And I don't think there's any other water around here on the map. Unfortunately, there is oil. Let's get some oil. I haven't seen it catch fire yet. Let me make sure I'm going the right way. Come on. There we go. Let's go get some of this stuff. So if you remember, we have that big old oil tank over at the old base, and I want to refine all that into fuel for boilers as well. Let's put this above the quarry so that it doesn't take it away. And I want to see what the oil does on lava, because oil is supposed to be flammable now. It looks like it takes a lot longer to fall down than water does. Which is good, because in real life it's more viscous than water is. So while we're waiting for this, I don't know if I'm going to be live streaming this Sunday. If I do, it'll be around noon Central Time, and I may be able to pull that off. So if I am able to, Twitch will automatically put a link on my Twitter, and I usually post one on... Oh, it only goes out 4 blocks. So oil isn't that good for that. I just wanted to try it out. I usually just put a post on YouTube saying, hey, I'm going to live stream right now. Come tune in if you would like. Let's see if we can turn the rest of this lava into something solid so that the quarry can go ahead and mine this out. So things are calming down. I should be able to return to a fairly regular recording and uploading schedule. And I really need to, because I don't do a lot of things outside of episodes. And it's kind of holding up my progress. I don't even have a matter fabricator yet. Alright, I think this will just about do it. We just added extra bees to the server, so I'm going to be, as soon as I finish the episode, I'm going to make some soul frames. And I'm not going to go through the whole making the squeezer and squeezing the seeds and stuff, because I think that's relatively simple. So I'm going to do that so I can make some impregnated frames and turn them into soul frames and start some mutating. Okay, excellent. So let's toss this back into the system with that. And how I've done a lot of the storage, and this is how we've done it in the Nexus age as well, which I'll show you in just a second. I'm using deep storage units for all the things that we have a lot of. Like, I started saving dirt, fair amount of coal, cobblestone up in the millions, over 1 million oak wood, ton of apples, ton of nether quartz, and a fair amount of saplings as well. And these are the excess saplings. Well, they're not excess anymore, but that's what was the excess when we were actually producing biofuel on the fly. Now those bioreactors are hooked into AE. There they are. They're hooked into AE, so they're always going to get saplings until that tank fills up. But, you know, we have a fair amount of glowstone, redstone obviously, gunpowder. I don't think I made it for gas tiers and stuff, but I'll show you the Nexus real quick if I can get my bearings. We have MFR spawners and grinders for a lot of these, and some of them are just soul cages, but there are grinders for all of them. The zombies soul cage provides mob essence, which is staying relatively full. And then Sam set up, if I can weave my way through here, set up a little mini AE system, and there's deep storage units to hold everything. But if you look, we set up a witch spawner, and we have a ton of redstone, glowstone, sugar, glass bottles, a ton of gas tiers. Like, I think that says, what's that, 85,000 gas tiers. Ridiculous. We mainly did it for the gunpowder. We have a mini gas spawner, and I think we get these from witches too. I'm not really sure. And I'm going to go ahead and take it upon myself to load up on some ender pearls while we're here. What I normally do is I bring my IO port and a couple of 1K discs and just copy as much as will fit on those discs. So one quick warning about export buses. If you remember in the last actual video, we made or maybe it was 2 videos ago, we made a fuzzy import bus. These are precision. The fuzzy is more expensive, and what it does, if you put a sapling here, it will send any type of sapling to this machine, which is not good. Because I had some of those rainbow oak saplings and tiger saplings and all these other saplings that I wanted to keep, and that damn thing sent every single sapling to this bioreactor. So be aware of that. Use the precision one unless you want to send like every single drone that's in your system to one of the bee machines. That is a different story. That could come in handy, but as long as you know the difference between the two. Are these done yet? I just didn't want to waste the fuel. So my plan for this is, as you can see, I've got AE cable running all the way down. It goes through the floor. I've broken it up, and I'm going to run, I think I was going to do the AE system off of EU, but I think I'm going to do it with MJ. And I think what I'll do is I'll just run conduit up so that we get our power for the AE system, and then we're going to set up our thermal expansion machines right here that we need to process the ores. And I'm going to have to put my redstone juice and ender juice somewhere. I'm not really sure which chunk they're going to go in, but they're going to go in one of the loaded chunks. And when I get the boilers going, I hope to do that this episode. I think I've been talking too much. I actually want to put all of the steam into a steel tank like that, or maybe 2 on top of each other, because I don't know how much we're going to have. But I want to put the steam into a tank or 2 tanks, and then use steam consumers and an energy bridge to actually produce the EU or whatever. So I'm still figuring out what's going to go where. Like I said in the live stream, I want to probably put the implosion compressor down here, and I may have that share the platform with another machine, either the grinder or maybe the blast furnace, I don't know. But I want to use all 4 sides of the grinder and the blast furnace, and we should have plenty of room for everything. I may have to make an intermediate platform, like between those or between these, but we have the power of flight, so that's not really an issue for us. So there's your quick recap. What we need to do is I want to start making, like, refining the fuel. And these are the only patterns I have. Basically, I only have the AE patterns. I copied Sam's. So I'll tell you what, let's go upstairs. I don't remember how to make the refinery. Diamond gear. Okay. So I figure we'll make, how about 4 of these guys? We'll run them off of 1 biofuel generator. They'll each get 4 MJ. So we are going to need 4 diamond gears. And I don't think I want to make patterns for these. If you're not sure, or if you don't know how the pattern encoder works, I'll show you real quick. Let's say you want to make a pattern for an oven. You draw your pattern in here. Actually, you can't draw it, you have to click it. Not that big of a deal. It shows it to you, you click encode, and then you've got your pattern for a furnace. If you don't want it anymore, if you shift right click, it'll clear it out. If you have a pattern and you want to copy it, empty that thing out, you put your, I did this last time too, you put your existing pattern down here now, put your blank pattern up top, and it puts the recipe in there even though you don't have it. So somebody's in my base. I bet it's Sam Axe. But basically you put that down there and then you encode it, and then now we have 2 furnace patterns, which we don't need. So, and now if you notice, the pattern encoder does not clear after you use it unless you click the clear button, which, you know, that's kind of cool if you want to make more than one pattern. Alright, let's just use up these guys and we'll make these things. I don't have a regular crafting table over here. Oh, he wasn't in my base. He was in the white ender chest. So we're going to need a steel tank. We're going to need some tesseracts. I came over here for a work table, which, if you haven't seen that, it remembers your last 8 recipes, and if you shift right click, it'll lock the recipe so it doesn't get overwritten. So that's a pretty cool thing. It's a forestry thing. Unfortunately, you can't like control shift click or use any of the cool inventory tweak stuff on it, but a lot of that stuff doesn't work with forestry anyway, so I'm just going to make all of those. Another thing is, if this is full, it won't let you make anything. You have to have room down there. And what are we going to need? We're going to need iron. If I can spell iron. I quarried, but I haven't set up processing again. So we have plenty of ore. Might as well grab everything while we're in here. And look at this. I forgot I had those gold gears, which aren't useful for anything else. Besides, I think, the filler. So if I wanted to make more stone gears, I just click right here and it puts the recipe back. And then if I have the materials down in the bottom, it will actually make it for me. So I've got the diamond recipe in there. So now watch this. When we make these upgrade to iron, we just make one. I mean, we can keep making as many as we want. I don't know why I'm making more than are necessary. We turn these into gold. I'm only going to make 2 of them because that's all we need. Now if I click on the diamond gear pattern, since I have gold gears and diamonds down here, it just makes them straight away. So I think I do have some tanks in here. I don't have enough, of course. I have been making a fair amount of glass because it's used in a lot of recipes. And I think that's just enough redstone torches. My one complaint with this is you cannot see any eye while it's open, at least in my version. So I have to go back and look at the recipe and remember. So do we need 3 tanks per thing? So that's 12 total. Perfect amount. Excellent. 4 refineries. I probably don't have enough liquiducts either. Nope, that should do it. We're going to need 2 of these at least. Nope, we're probably going to need all 3. And I think those things will be empty by the time we finish. So let me build this tank. I'm already at 20 minutes, of course. And I don't remember the ratio for oil to fuel. So I'll just make as much of a tank as I can with this. And where should we put it? Let me look at my chunk boundaries. See, 9 will put it right there. So I think we could probably do that. I'm trying to make sure that there's not a better place to put it. I don't know that it will fit back here unless we make it smaller. But I have this bad habit. I'll make a tank and I'll put it somewhere and I'll go, I don't like where that is. So I know that I probably want to put the steam right there. So we'll just make it right here and we'll just have these damn things all over the place. So let me set up the tank and I'll be right back, and then we'll do the refineries and we'll get some fuel going. Okay guys, I am done, and I ended up making this thing 7 by 7 by 8. It is a steel tank, so that's okay. It holds twice the amount of an iron tank the same size. And I almost ran out of steel plates, so I'm glad I went 7 by 7. The reason I did that, this is the edge of the chunk, and there is actually going to be another layer on this right here, so that will be hidden from the top. We can pump our stuff in the tesseract on that valve and pump out when we need to down here. So what we need to do, I've got a fair amount of mobs in my base. Got to work on a solution for light pretty soon. But what we first need to do, if you remember this place, it's all gone except for the Thaumcraft stuff. Apparently I didn't get all the oil. There's still some over there. Sam apparently put something in the mail for me. He won't tell me what it is. He says I have to set up my mailbox, but it's something I will want. So we're going to set this up real quick, and then we're going to see what was so important, or what I will want so much. And I'm already going to need more liquid tesseracts, but that's okay. Alright, so hopefully this does not straddle a chunk. Doesn't look like it does. That's good. Just pop my spot loader down temporarily. Send only. We're going to need... Oh, look, I already have an oil frequency. Cool. So we'll just use that one. We will go home. And we'll take a long fall. I actually have a valve under here for some reason, so I think we'll use it. I think that'll work. And I'm only going to refine this oil and then figure out where to, if we make a continuous refinery operation, We'll have to figure out a better place for it. I just want to get this stuff done. I didn't grab any conduit. I gotta get some long fall boots so I can just jump off the edge and not worry about it. Alright, so let's do it like this. We'll do, it's gonna stick out off one side, no big deal. And I bet I don't have enough liquiducts, but I might be able to get around that by putting the thing like that. I'm still gonna need, I don't know, we'll see how it works. Let's turn this one on. And that one is not getting any oil. So that's not going to work. I thought that it might put it right in there, but it doesn't do that. So that's alright. There was something else I wanted to try, but I forget what it is. We'll just have to, we'll have to do it later. Receive only oil. So there's that, and what we'll do is we'll make a couple more liquiducts, and I'm going to need to make another liquid tesseract so that we can get it on the other end, unless the quarry's done, in which case I can borrow that one. But I don't think I have another liquid tesseract. Don't know where my mailbox is either. So what is this? Hardened glass and copper makes a liquiduct, I think. They look too similar to the conduits nowadays. Not a big fan of that change. Oh, I have to power all those too, don't I? Alright, well I guess I'll go get some levers. I'm going to be using a lot of tesseracts. Alright, so we have fuel. No place to put it. I'm probably running out of time, so I'm going to make the other tesseract later. Or maybe we'll pop over to the quarry age real quick and see if it's done yet. It's got 3 of those biofuel generators on it, so it's pretty fast, but yeah, it's alright, I'll just steal it. Their fuel should last a while. Alright, so all we have to do is set up the frequency for this guy. What are these? 12, 13. Fuel will be 14. Look at that. Boom. Alright, so we have fuel. We're going to make more fuel. This should continue to climb. And I'll probably do the farms after I finish the episode here. And then I'll just show you how I've set it up last time, since we already covered the harvester and the planters before. Is there a mailbox around here? Here it is. And I know the F is for forestry, but it looks a lot like Facebook. So he just told me to put my mailbox, but there's nothing in it. I have no idea how this thing works. That's why I haven't set it up yet. Just a second. Well, it figures he logs out right when I check the mailbox, which is empty. So I sent him a Skype message. Maybe we'll find out what's in the mailbox next time. So that's going to do it. Now I can get rid of this platform and continue attempting to design a base. Designing is hard work. Well, really, doing something and then redoing it 9 times is hard work. Anyhow, that's going to do it for this episode. I'll try to get you another one up before the end of the weekend, but no promises. And if I can live stream, it'll be noon on Sunday. I'll tweet about it, and I'll put a post on my YouTube feed if I'm going to make it. So if you have any questions, comments, or whatever, please leave them down below. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.